Hi, and welcome to Pronunciation with Paul. The title of my lesson today is The Singing King. The Singing King. I'm sure you can guess from the title that we're going to be talking about that very peculiarly English sound. NG, usually spelled NG. Let's talk first about how we make that sound. It's the back of the tongue against the roof of the mouth. The front of the tongue should be behind your lower front teeth, out of the way, sitting on the floor of the mouth, as it were. And the back of the tongue is raised towards what we call the soft palate, or velum. If you could peek inside my mouth, if I could take a little webcam inside my mouth, you'd see that my back of my tongue is against the roof of my mouth, towards the back of my mouth. So that's how that's made. Its nearest cousin is made with the tip of the tongue resting on the little bump behind your top teeth. As opposed to Acoustically, they're very, very similar, so they're very easy to confuse. I suppose with all of my clients, the biggest problem I have to address with is to avoid it being followed by a g or a k. So it's singing a song, the singing king, and not singing a song or the singing king. It looks like there should be a g or a k there because there's a g in the spelling, but there isn't. The singing king. What I want you to do is to try to avoid any little g or k sound, any little click at all. The singing king. Now, in your language, it might be that the sound does not determine meaning. But in English, there are many, many words that could be easily confused. So here are some minimal pairs in which your ability to do the or absolutely determines the meaning. And here they are on your screen now. I'll leave a pause for you to repeat these after I say them. First one, thin, thing. Sinning, singing. Sun, sung. Run, rung. In each of these pairs, the N is first and the ng is second. Banner, banger. Ron, wrong. Ron is a very common English name for a boy or a man. So Ron is wrong. Now I'd like you to practice a new set of words, and what I'm after is for you to have no g or k after the final ng. So here's another list. I'll leave a pause for you to repeat them after me. Sing, song, king, thing, bang, tongue, among. I have a lot of trouble with some clients wanting to put a little click at the end. Among. The ng in English is a little confusing because some other words spelled with an ng do require a g or a k after it. And here's another set of words in which there is a g or k following the ng sound. And here they are. Language. Think. Notice that there is, even though there's not an ng in the spelling there is still a sound in anticipation of the following k. Think. Uncle. Anxious. That's an odd word, isn't it? Anxious. And English. Some people mistakenly say English, 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 but in fact it should have a G sound in it. English and England. And tingle. Now here are some words in which there is an NG, but the pronunciation is not and it's not ng or ng, but ng. One more way in which English can confuse you. So say these words after me, please. Danger. Hinge. Plunge. Sponge. So that's the way those work. Now I've got some words up on your screen in which all three of those pronunciations are possible. So we have anger, danger, hanger. It would be so easy to confuse those three. They're all spelled A-N-G-E-R. I've chosen them specially because they all have A-N-G-E-R, but all three words are pronounced differently. I'm so sorry, but that's the bad news. English is like that. Anger, danger, hanger. You try it. One more time. Anger, danger, hanger. And the third one is the only one with a pure sound. And the second series is finger, bringer, binger. A binger is someone who binges. We talk about binge drinking, drinking alcohol to excess, drinking too much alcohol, binge drinking, having 5, 6, 7 drinks. So that's what you are. If you're one of those people, you're a binger. So here are these three words again. Finger, bringer, binger. Your turn. Again. Finger, bringer, binger. And now we've got some slightly more difficult sentences. And I have color-coded the NG sounds. One color for the pure another color for the plus g or k, and a third color for those words with an ng sound, like danger. So those color codes will help you. Here's the first sentence. The king among us is singing a loving song. Try it. Try again. The king among us is singing a loving song. What you have to avoid is king among us singing a loving song. Second one. That first one was all pure sounds. I've mixed it up a little bit in the second one. The flying angel's ankle dangled at an alarming angle. Would you like to hear that again? The flying angel's ankle dangled at an alarming angle. Your turn. So only flying and alarming have the pure sound. So we have angel and angle. So, would you like to try that one again? The flying angel's ankle dangled at an alarming angle. And the last one for today. The hungry king is thinking about a dangerous thing. The hungry king is thinking about a dangerous thing. Your turn. One more time. The hungry king is thinking about a dangerous thing. And in all of these lessons, you'll notice that the style in which I speak is legato. joining the words together fluidly, so that there is no break, no silence in that whole phrase. There's no place where there is silence. The hungry king is thinking about a dangerous thing, so that all flows together. So that's the end of our lesson today. It was on the sound, back of the tongue against the soft palate, rather than na, with the front of the tongue against the bump behind the top teeth. I hope that's alerted you to some of the possible dangers, not danger, not any of those other possibilities, but danger. I hope that's alerted you to some of the dangers of the NG sound and spelling in English. As always, it's a pleasure. See you next time. Bye-bye.